Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So good to be with you. Yes, it is me, Matthew Boyle. I shaved recently. We'll get to that story in a minute. But in today's video, I just want to give a quick recap of last Saturday's Turkish game and then explain a little bit what we're going to be doing later in the month. So last Saturday we had an amazing Turkish game. It was hosted by Sinan, who is a native Turkish speaker and an excellent teacher. And he said the game was amazing because the players all had a pretty solid Turkish level. So the players were able to have some conversations around the topics, and they basically played in Turkish. They didn't rely on English all that much, excuse me. In the room was Chow, who's one of our top players overall. Thank you for coming out, Chow, and your progress and your regularity has just been amazing. Also in the room was Emina, who's been coming out pretty regularly too, and she's doing a great job with her Turkish. I believe she is at an intermediate level, or possibly a bit higher than intermediate level. And then besides those two, we had two new players come to join us. Bassett, who's a Turkish learner, I believe he's living in England, and then also Kaya, who I'm assuming she is Turkish, but I don't really know that yet, but she's definitely a native Turkish speaker and she's living in Turkey. So she said, I really want to come and help out and I want to do this Turkish-English exchange. So we had not one but two native speakers in the room, and I expect this kind of phenomenon will just continue to grow as we get more and more people who are interested in certain languages together in the same rooms. So they had an excellent Turkish game. That was last Saturday. Now coming up this Saturday, we will not have a game because it's actually my 5th wedding anniversary, and that's why I shaved. I'm having trouble coming up with gifts for my wife. That's just a joke. But she really likes to see me clean shaven, so I figured I'd do this for her. We're going to go into downtown Guangzhou and spend a week there with our family, have a lot of fun, and this Saturday is actually the day of our 5-year wedding anniversary. So that's why I don't want to have a game this week or this Saturday. But I'm planning to shoot some videos while we're down there to show you Guangzhou, show you some of the fun things that we're doing, so stay tuned for that, especially if you're interested in life in China or raising bilingual children. We're going to do some fun things down there. I'll show you what the culture is like down there. But looking beyond the upcoming Saturday, we do have more games coming down the pike. We will do, in this month, Spanish, Japanese, Mandarin, and we're going to try to do Portuguese with the help of Larissa, another one of our top players who's a native Portuguese speaker. So if you're interested in any of those languages, definitely head over to the website. You can check out the exact day and times we'll be holding those games, and if you're interested, if you want to do it, then there's a sign-up form right there on the site. Alternatively, you can email me at languagecardgames.events@gmail.com. Now, what exactly are we doing if you're new to this? We are playing an online card game that I designed as a language learner, specifically to inspire and enrich the lives of other language learners and bring other language learners together. I really want to put the human element, the human connection back into language learning. I want to use all of these online tools that we have nowadays in the right way to support our language learning in the right way. I think it's all too easy to sort of get addicted or hooked on all these new apps and websites and AI and this, that, and the other thing. And what we end up doing is isolating ourselves from other humans. If you think about how much time do you actually spend studying your target language in isolation, as opposed to actually using that language, trying, I know you're not fluent yet, or maybe you're not at a high level yet, but how much time do you spend trying to use the language with real people? You might find out, whoa, the difference between these two things is way off. I need to spend more time in conversation with other people, developing my social skills, getting over my sense that I'm inadequate, not good enough, too shy, horrible at pronunciation and all of that, you need to start to work through some of those things. When are you going to start to do that? After you're fluent? It doesn't work that way. You got to struggle in the public eye, so to speak. You got to struggle to communicate with other humans, and that's a type of learning in and of itself. But what we do is we scaffold people to succeed at this. So we're not just going to throw you in the deep end exactly. What we do is we have small groups of committed individuals. They're very positive, they're very fun-loving. Some of them have been coming out for over a year now, so we get to know each other, we get to make friends. And then we play this game, which basically has over 100 topics to speak about. You get to move around freely where you want to move. You can kind of explore the table, so to speak. And you will encounter different characters, places, magical weapons. It's a fantasy-themed game, but basically you turn over cards, you reveal topics, you speak about the topics as best you can, according to your ability level. Could be a single word, could be a short phrase, could be a full sentence, or even a short little dialogue with somebody at the table. But you try to speak about the topic, and that allows you to earn some points and take some special actions. As we play the game, the host in the room is usually, but not always, a high-level or native-level speaker of the target language that's being played. So they can give you corrections, they can give you advice if you feel stuck or you're not sure if you spoke correctly. They can help you out with that. So the players and the host will often share answers, help to guide each other, even look up answers online if they really want to learn something. So there's a lot of learning that's happening, and when we play in this way and learn in this way, the memories go more deeply, more easily, because your brain is going to feel, wow, there's a relevance here between what I'm learning in my real life, because these are actual people who I'm making friends with. We're all sharing things that matter to us, so it makes the information, the knowledge, much more sticky. And what a lot of our players do too, which I also recommend, is to take some notes of cool stuff that comes up, because you come out to play with us again and again, these things, you can say them again and again. That sort of repetition is good. So again, our core groups right now, Mandarin, Japanese, Spanish, Turkish, we're trying to do Portuguese. Other languages pop up from time to time now too, but those ones that I just mentioned are the core groups. I forgot to mention that this is free, but we also have the potential to do paid-for gaming sessions if you want to play every single week. If you want to play every single week and you're willing to work with me to find some other people who are too, then we can possibly commit to holding an online game event in your target language every single week. And what we can do is, if you can commit to more months, the price will come down. We'll assign a host who's a native speaker of that language, and then we'll really get rocking and rolling. You will see how this regular enrichment, it keeps you inspired, motivated, excited to be learning this target language. So you can study normally throughout the week, and then on Saturday come out to play and prove what you know and make friends. Wouldn't that be a great way to stay motivated over time and eventually master this target language? And also, I think a benefit of this is playing in this way makes your learning much more organic. What you're learning is related to the people that you're making friends with, so it makes what you're able to speak about more organic and unique. It really represents you, as opposed to, you know, what a lot of people do when they study is they're studying the same standard materials that everybody else studies, so they feel like they can't really express their own uniqueness. We can address that issue through the online gaming sessions as well. So head on over to languagecardgames.com. The schedule and sign up is there. School is going to be starting back before you know it. Why not get your brain warmed up in a fun way with that target language before you have to head back into the classroom? That's another thing that I think could be really helpful to you. But yes, visit the website, subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be putting out regular content to keep you inspired and to keep you accountable. You gotta stick with this regularly if you want to master that language. And save this video too, because it's probably one of the few you're going to see where I'm clean shaven. Alright, I'll see you back here next time. Bye bye for now.